In a perfect world, you as fight fans, what would 2021 look like for Conor McGregor? Where would you like to see him go? We've heard the UFC say in a perfect world and finish that thought by saying Conor versus Khabib too. But is that a perfect world for us? I'm asking you your opinion. I mean, there's some fights out there that we didn't get. We got Conor versus Khabib. Do we want to see it again? Oh, yeah. Nobody's disputing that. But there's some fights that we never got. Matt Hughes comes to mind. Matt Hughes versus Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva versus John Jones. I mean, just some fight. Fedor Emelianenko versus Randy Couture. Some fights that lived in one time period that we can never get that time back. I mean, we all could rest very happy the fact that we got Conor and Khabib part one. But I'm asking you this question because it was 12 months ago. Okay, January 20th was Conor's last fight. Conor's next fight will be January 23rd, separated by a year. And prior to that, Conor had sat for 500 days. But Conor himself said going into that Cowboy Cerrone fight and coming out of the Cowboy Cerrone fight, I'm going to do this 4 times this year. One's down. I got 3 more. I do not care who it is in what order, and I'll give you 2 weight classes to choose from. None of that was tough guy talk. And by tough guy talk, it was all tough talk. It wasn't fake. Conor was serious. And to remind you of that time, that was coming on the heels of John Jones saying the exact same thing, walking into his return fight with Gustafsson and then going out and doing it. So there was a precedence that was set. There was a footprints that Conor was going to follow, and everybody believed it. A year will go by, and Conor hasn't been in there. Now, you can sit and point fingers all you want, but the end result is what I just told you. Conor McGregor fought 1 time in 2020, so let's not do ideal. Let's not do dream fight. Let's not play the game of biggest fight, okay? Anybody can sell a Ferrari. I'm asking you to move a Volvo off the lot. What is going to happen with Conor? We know that he's taken on Poirier. We don't know what's going on within the division, but Conor proved in his fight with Donald, and he's going to prove in his fight with Poirier that a title does not have to be attached. Conor's fight with Cowboy Cerrone sold out in 48 hours, did the 4th biggest live gate in UFC history, spots 1, 2, and 3, all held by Conor McGregor, so the only record Conor didn't break was his own damn records. And there was no title up for grabs. As a matter of fact, that wasn't even, okay, whoever wins here goes and fights for the title. The title is very significant and meaningful. The UFC is known for putting on significant and meaningful fights, but they don't all have to be. They don't. Every now and then you get to have a little bit of fun with a guy that you want to see. And when Conor is giving you 2 different weight classes to choose from, we're still left at the same question. We don't want a repeat of 2020 trying to hold out for Conor versus Khabib. There's plenty of other guys for him to compete with, which is not an opinion. He proved that with Cowboy. He's going to prove that again with Poirier. So where do we go from there? And it appears to me, again, I don't think Conor's talking tough. You call Conor anything you want. You cannot call Conor a coward. You can say anything you want about Conor. You cannot say he's not a man of his word. Conor says, I will take on any of these guys. Then who is the next guy? Is it the winner of the Hangman versus Chandler? Does Charlie Olives insert himself here? What's going on with Gaethje? I mean, there appears to be the one good thing that we're going to get by keeping Conor on the bench. 800 days of the 800 of the last 801 days that Conor has sat on the bench. The one good thing we have as a byproduct on accident is incredible parity. Conor's made everybody's job easy by saying, I don't give a damn if it's I don't even care what weight class it is. We have incredible parity. You can play that Nate Diaz card anytime you want. The entire catalyst for Conor going to 170 was because of a comment Dana White had made on the streets of Beverly Hills when a guy with TMZ put a camera in his face, and Dana talked about why he wanted to put Conor versus Masvidal because Masvidal was too big. So that's the entire catalyst. We can play that card. It's hard to see a direction that you're going to go wrong. Guys are never going to get tired of calling Conor out. It's one of those things. What does Conor want to do? Conor has let us know. He has said he is willing and able and wants to stay busy. Guys, let's give him what he wants. Let's give him what he wants. The Tony Ferguson fight still works with Conor. And the only point that I'm trying to prove is the options are out there. You've got one player at the table. Everybody else needs to sit down.